every day and in every way. Enjoy that I find support. No matter the role you play, nutrient pack supplement for you and me. In your body, that I fight you.
Daravite nutritional supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Daravite from LB Pharma. Daravite, love yourself.
So in today's high-performance culture, we glorify long hours, late nights, and constant availability. But behind the results and recognition lies a silent crisis: sleep deprivation. Sleep is not a luxury, it is not a reward. It is the foundation of how we think, we feel, lead, decide, and perform. This episode exposes the most overlooked driver of workplace mental health: sleep. Across boardrooms and workplaces, poor sleep is quietly eroding decision-making, emotional control, productivity and creativity, workplace relationships, long-term health. The conversation goes beyond awareness. We unpack the science, the psychology, and the workplace habits stealing our rest, and offer practical strategies to reclaim sleep as a performance tool. Today on your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, we're having this conversation because the truth is simple. You cannot build a high-performing life or workforce on a sleep-deprived brain. Stay tuned. Welcome to your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business and will always remain our business. My name is Dr. Martina Agbere, your regular anchor on this program. And today we don't have my co-anchor. She is our guest, a psychotherapist, a psychiatrist, consultant, and we call her the celebrity shrink. She's no other person than Dr. Maymunah Yusuf-Kadiri, and she's also the MD, CEO of Pinnacle Medical Health. They do a whole lot, and today she's going to be talking on a very, very important topic: that sleep, the silent killer of workplace mentality. You want to wonder why she's taking that topic. The silent killer of workplace mentality, sleep. Dr. May, you are welcome to the program.
Thank
My
you.
guest for today. You're looking really elegant. You're
You too. Yeah, looking pinky.
Yeah. So we're talking about sleep as a silent killer in the workplace.
It's a silent killer of workplace mental health. Yeah.
You want to just tell us, as a psychotherapist, as a psychiatrist, you want to just tell us some of the things that you have seen. Maybe you have some people. I know you work for a lot of offices.
Yeah.
You consult for them, okay, as a professional. You want to give us some insights, some things I want us to get to understand from here.
Why are we looking at this topic today? You know, when people hear about mental health, they strongly believe it has to do with that man on the street. It has to be somebody eating from the trash. It has to be a way that even our Nollywood project people living with mental illnesses. But we often don't look at what will even make somebody break down. And what are those things that are very important in keeping us mentally well and mentally healthy. Mental health is a spectrum, you know, in as much as the World Health Organization defines it as the ability to realize your full potentials, ability to work, ability for you to work productively and fruitfully, ability for you to give back to the society. And of course, it's not the absence of disease, right, of mental disease. You understand that that is an ability. But the fact that we misunderstand what mental health is versus what mental illness is, that's where the problem is. And it doesn't just come, most of the conditions don't come like that. So sleep has been a very strong reoccurring decimal from our data at Pinnacle Medical Services, in the sense that people, it's not about, I'm not sleeping well. So there's poor quality of sleep. There is lack of sleep, whether it is partial or total. There is oversleeping. So it's not just I'm not sleeping well. What are you oversleeping? Are you sleeping 20 hours a day or even 15 hours a day? So, and then we talk about the quality of the sleep. And that is one of the most significant part of sleep. So, for the different corporate organizations we are working with, whether it is Nigeria-owned, or multinational, or it's African-wide, we have seen from our data that sleep deprivation, poor quality of sleep, lack of sleep, partial or total, or even oversleeping is a recurring decibel. And that's why we are saying, okay, how can we relate this to the workplace? And we realize that it is a silent pillar, like a rock for productivity in the workplace.
It's a rock for productivity in the workplace, and it's often ignored.
Very.
People don't really take cognizance of the fact of
How powerful
how
and
powerful
the
it is.
benefits of sleep.
So why is sleep often the most ignored factor in workplace mental health, despite its proven impact? Why is it so neglected?
I will just say this very fast, very quick, very swift. Because exhaustion has been rebranded as ambition.
Exhaustion
Has been rebranded as ambition. And of course, people reward late nights, constant availability. And I just slept 3 hours as a badge of honor.
Okay.
It's a badge of honor, like I slept just 3 hours. Hi, you need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Why are you making it look as if you that slept 3 hours, is good?
Okay, so now that you have said that, somebody who just slept for just 3 hours, right? Coming out and saying it boldly.
And
probably
so happy about it.
People will think that you're actually working so hard, even in your place of work. Now that you have said that, I want to ask, so maybe the person, we need to understand what actually happens in the brain when we sleep. So what actually happens in the brain and body when we consistently get less than 6 to 7 hours of sleep?
So the first thing I want us to know is that the only time the body detoxes itself is when you are asleep. So the body is not going to detox itself when you are moving around, eating, whatever. It's when you sleep, the brain. That is when the brain detoxes, like take away all the negativity, like as if you are going to your farm and weeding out all the nonsense, putting fertilizer or putting water to make sure everything grows. That is the only time the body does. And because the brain is our powerhouse, there's a part of the brain we call the prefrontal cortex, which is this part of the brain. It's for decision-making skills, executive functioning, impulse control. It starts slowing down when you constantly have less sleep. We have another part of the brain we call the amygdala. It's called what they call it, the emotions. It starts becoming overactive. Small thing, what is good about money? Good money, what is good about the money? Small thing, you are triggered. Those kind of things. Then of course we also have the stress hormones, the cortisol. We increase, you'll be overworking. So you see, a whole lot of things will happen. So you become, more reactive, you become less focused, and of course, errors. We've had a client in our organization where instead of 1 million has 6 zeros. Which seem to be insignificant, right? But it's significant when something happens.
Absolutely.
1 0 was out, 100,000. It was now owing the organization 900,000. It seems as if it doesn't make sense, but instead of imputing 1 million, it imputed 100,000. And of course, every other figure changed. And so when they was now looking for the deficit, where did the deficit come from? It's from the 100,000 as against 1 million. The organization said we are not sacking you. We stay back and pay back our 900,000. So see what that constant lack of sleep can give, or poor quality of sleep.
Okay, so like what you just talked about now, the thing that happened in the brain. Another analogy, you want to use the librarian method. Like a library, when you go to the library after reading, the books are all scattered. Then the librarian just begins to arrange when you are done. That is exactly what happens.
So the good thing is that sleep comes with a lot of benefits. It helps you to revamp, get rejuvenated, refocus, re-energize, re-strategize, and it just generally makes you feel better. So the one thing we should look out for when you sleep and wake up is refreshing. that tells you about the quality of your sleep. Because we have people that can sleep 20 hours. When they wake up, it's as if they're just coming back from a war.
Yeah.
And that means the quality is bad, right? So is your sleep, do you feel refreshed after you wake up? And if you do, then that means the quality of your sleep is good. We aim to say sleep 7 to 9 hours, at least 7 hours of sleep. Some people are not getting that. The benefits are multi-systemic. It is not just about the brain or the heart or the whatever. When you sleep well, that energy helps you to gain clarity, makes you to have more focus. You know, the food you've eaten, of course, will also work well, proper digestion. We have a second brain, by the way. Our brain is, that we all know is here, right?
Yeah.
No, but our second brain is our gut health, and which means that you have to eat well and all that. When you sleep better, you have better digestive system that is healthy enough and that is functioning well. Your heart and all the things surrounding it, the cardiac muscles and all that, they function well. You grow better. You look younger. That is the thing. You age better. You know, there are just so many numerous benefits of sleep. So when it comes to the hormone, right, the reason why we sleep at night is because we all have what we call the melatonin. It's a hormone in our system, and it doesn't get produced during the day like that. It gets produced with darkness. That means at night. So wherever you are, this is the reason why you jet lag. So you move from Lagos to New York. So you fly in the night, 10:45 p.m. You're in one of those airlines. You land in New York 12 noon. Meanwhile, here in Nigeria, back is already night. So your body is still in the Nigerian time zone, and you may be feeling sleepy during that time, 12 noon. And if you dare to sleep when it's night, you are looking, because it's morning in Nigeria. It takes time for your body to then regulate, and then because of the melatonin production, which is more at night, it gets produced at night. That is what helps us to sleep better. That is what promotes sleep, and that is what we should all aim for. And that's the reason why we advise sleep in a dark room or dim lighted room. Yeah.
Okay, now because we're talking more about the effect of sleep in the workplace, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about chief executives. So how does poor sleep affect leadership, decision making, and emotional intelligence?
It's a lot. Yeah, leaders will always be leaders. They say uneasy where is the head of the leader, right? So when a leader is sleep deprived, what then happens? They make impulse decision. No, I talked about the prefrontal cortex, which is for executive functioning, impulse control, and all that. When you are sleep deprived, you first find out that impulse decisions will be made. You just take decision that you didn't even look, see it through, or you didn't even give your team to look through. Just say, let's do this, until you realize that was a very costly mistake. A second thing that can happen is that you misread people's emotions. You are somebody, you lack what we call situational awareness. You don't understand that this person is doing this versus that, because you are not having that mental clarity to read people's emotions, to be more emotionally intelligent and say what you've just said now is making this person uneasy. So you misread people's emotions. Of course, you lose patience easily. They are snappy. Yeah. Remember, the prefrontal is for impulse control. Amygdala is for emotions. Everything is working in synergy. So you lose patience, and of course sleep affects emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not part of life. Emotional intelligence is life itself. So, and this is the core for every leader. IQ is good, which is your intelligent quotient, but your EQ is 85% of your success in life. So if you are sleep deprived and it affects your emotional intelligence, of course, which is the core part of leadership, and emotional intelligence, by the way, involves self-awareness, self-management, relationship awareness, relationship management, empathy. So a leader that lacks empathy, how are you going to manage people? So you don't just lead with it. Yes. So as a leader, you don't just lead with your title, you lead with your nervous system.
You lead with your nervous system.
Very important.
Okay, so one other thing that I want you to speak to is the warning signs. What are the early warning signs that of someone who did not sleep properly? The warning signs.
Good morning, Dr. Martina. What's good about the morning? It's irritability. Snap. You are cranky. Yeah. What is it? What do you want to? So irritability. You are constantly fatigued. Fatigue. Just means that you are not that tiredness that is overwhelming. So you're just doing things very slowly, sluggish, and everything is as if the whole world is on your shoulders.
So I think it's because the hormones that help.
It plays a role. I know most of our hormones are made from our gut. You see why this is a very important part. They're not just eating anyhow to belly full. Eat the right things are also helping your hormone production. So constant fatigue, irritability over small little things, brain fog. You're just you are holding your car key. Where's my car key? Your phone is in your bag. I don't know where so there's just a lot forgetfulness. Your brain is clustered.
Just this sleep.
That's the thing I want you not to say.
Yes,
so that
sleep.
Our viewers are there. It's not just sleep. It's powerful.
When I want to say just, but I know you are saying, do you mean just
sleep? Yeah,
it
is
that
powerful. Without sleep, everything is in you all padded up. It's like how you take cola drink that has gas, and when you just shake it and open it, how it will splash, boom. So when you don't sleep well, it can explode. I don't know the extent and how bad it is. So from the constant fatigue to the irritability over small things to brain fog and easily forgetting things to loss of interest in things you ordinarily are, that gives you pleasure, that you love, you just, and nothing interests you again. So you see that man that likes Premier League, is not even interested. The woman that likes to watch Telemundo and all those K-drama and all that, or loves shopping, is no longer interested. And of course, you start depending on caffeinated drinks, which is also not a good thing, because caffeine can be highly addictive. So if your mood changes with sleep, the truth is that you need to pay attention.
So as a mental health specialist, right? And you see a lot of them, they come to you, you've interacted with them a couple of times. Can sleep deprivation really mimic or worsen mental health conditions like anxiety and depression? How is that possible?
So if we say, can it mimic anxiety and depression? Absolutely. Like
one was an expert. How will you be able to differentiate it?
The truth is that chronic sleep loss can cause low mood. We've said some of those things now. Low mood, irritability, racing thoughts, those intrusive, compulsive thoughts, things that you are not in control of.
So at what point will you be able to decipher to know that this is actually as a result of poor sleep, or this is actually mental health condition?
This is where you have to be self-aware to know. One word I want to say here is change. Maymunah, what has changed in me today that I'm noticing that wasn't there yesterday? That if I don't start taking the right steps intentionally and deliberately, it may escalate tomorrow. So the word here I want everyone to take away is change. Because if you notice those changes, that is when you will now know, I started noticing this 2 days ago, or 1 week ago, or 1 month ago, but I waited it out, or I did X, Y, Z. It's no longer working, and that is why I'm coming to you. So, like for example, when it comes to depression now, not sadness or low mood is not depressive. It's not synonymous with depression. No, it's just a symptom of depression, and it's not just sadness of a day or two. It has to be continuous, persistent for at least minimum of 2 weeks. Minimum. If you are owing me and you are not paying me, I will be sad. Yes, and it's okay. It's an emotion. Which is the truth. So we cannot say sadness and all that. No. It's not depression. So it has to be continuous and all that. And how do they mimic those anxiety and depression? Lots of motivation too. So, but they say before you can diagnose anxiety and depression, they must meet up with what we call a diagnostic criteria. And in this part of the world, we use the ICD-11. no longer 10 anymore. That's international classification of diseases. And we look at it, depression, minor symptoms, major symptoms, what this brings, what that brings. We add them together and say, okay, this is mild depression, this is moderate depression, this is severe depression, this is depression, mild depression without psychosis, meaning no hallucination. No, so it's a whole lot. It's not just a one size fit all. And that is why you must see a psychiatrist to make that diagnosis. So, but do poor sleep, lack of sleep mimic anxiety? Exactly, it does.
Thank you very much. And in high pressure work environment, right? How can professionals prioritize sleep without feeling guilty or falling behind?
So you have to reframe it. You reframe it. What do I mean by that? Sleep is not lost time. I need you also.
Yes.
Sleep is not lost time. It's performance investment.
Sleep is performance
investment. It's not lost time. So because you hear people tell you, motivational speakers say, aspire to perspire, people say, if you sleep your destiny away. In your 20s, you're supposed to be the hustling and running and this and this. And so you see those group of Gen Zs, they have this fear of missing out. Everything they want to be there, everything they want to be involved. The FOMO syndrome. We must learn how to embrace the JOMO syndrome, the joy of missing out. So sleep is not lost time. Sleep is performance investment. If you want to perform, achieve peak performance and be able to be productive, you must invest in your sleep and to be quality sleep. And that is why your bed, your bed sheet, your room and the ambience of your room play a significant role in your sleep.
So what role do you think the organizations?
Organization, they have to play. The organization, I beg of them, you can sabotage sleep with all this reward over time. You know, so people like, okay, since they are going to pay extra so extra hour. So these are organizations sabotage sleep. They reward over time. They expect after hours responses. You've closed by 5 p.m. By 10, your boss will send you email. If you respond, say, that's a good one. That's a good one. No, you shouldn't. You should not expect that after hour responses. Of course, ignoring burnout. Burnout, right, is the biggest thing in the corporate world now. It is gradual, insidious, seeping in days. It blows. When the Nigerians say the line don't blow, it blows the lines. And so people are burning out or even burnt out now, they don't know. What should organizations start doing differently? Respect boundaries. It's 9 to 5. They have closed. Let them go home. Especially somebody dying. Yes, somebody is not dying. If there's an emergency, find a way to do so. Respect boundaries and of course promote realistic workload. Realistic, not one person will do like 20 jobs. All these downsizing, downsizing. Exactly. Look for how to automate the work tools with AI. There are so many things that they should, of course, and of course, model it as a leader. Model it.
Dr. May, you have actually spoken so much, and before I let you go, I want to ask one last question.
Okay.
About sleep debt.
Okay.
Sleep debt, right? Some people will tell you, I'll work during the week,
and
over the weekend, I'll try and sleep it all over. Is it real?
Nah.
Is it possible?
Nah, no. So the thing is that we tell people, no, if you are working shift workers have their own different things that they do, right? But the truth is that, is sleep debt real? And can we fix it at weekend? The truth is that, yes, sleep debt is real. Because maybe you have a lot of things you want to do and you have deadlines and all that. But no, you cannot fully catch up on weekends. You can't. The time has gone. Time is nobody's friend. That time, you can't get it back. Yes, it's real, but no, you cannot fully get it back on the weekend.
Okay, thank you very much. Just last word.
To every person out there, sleep is important. Sleep is not, something you should compromise. Sleep is performance investment. You need quality of sleep. Don't just sleep just because you want to sleep. Sleep in a good room, in a nice environment, clean sheet, dark. Make sure your TV, your light, your phone, your tablets are switched off because they emit light that does not allow the hormone that is produced to promote good sleep to be produced. So, and then know that your bedroom where you sleep is a bedroom, not a TV room. The bedroom is meant for just two things: sleep and sex if you are legally involved. not your TV room. So take out your TV. If you have a TV in your room today, take it out. You do not need it. You need good quality of sleep for you to be productive, for you to be healthier, wealthier, and of course happy.
And to our viewers out there, I want to just join my voice to that of Dr. May. I want to have you to have these parting words that a tired employee is not a productive employee.
Yeah.
A sleep-deprived leader is a liability.
Yeah.
And finally, burnout often begins with broken sleep. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms. We have a lot of episodes, about 300 episodes just there. Try and binge on them. We're not saying that you should binge on them when you need to sleep. Take your time and just binge on them. Till next week, my name is Dr. Martina Agbere. Stay blessed.
Every day and in every way, enjoy that I find support. No matter the role you play, nutrient pack supplement for you and me. In your body, that I fight you.
Darvite nutritional supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Darvite from LB Pharma. Darvite, love yourself.